Hello everyone, welcome to Zaref Game Dev. In this video, we are going to create the stage panel in which we are going to show all of the stages. We'll create it as a prefab and the how to play scene, which is going to show how we are going to play the game. So let's first create the how to play scene because it's an independent scene, and for that we'll create a new scene and we'll rename it as How to Play. So let's file new scene basic 2D built-in, and we'll save it inside our scenes and we'll call it How to Play. Now inside our How to Play scene there is going to be just this one script which is going to have the How to Play script, and I think we already created the script, so we'll attach it. And our default camera size is, let's just have it as 5, and for the color let's set it to white, and there's going to be a background here so it won't matter much. So let's see what we need to do inside our How to Play. So let's set up our camera. So for that let's add a UI, and let's add an image, and this one is going to be for the back on which we are going to attach. Let's first attach a circle which is going to be black, and it's going to be positioned from the top right. Let's increase the size to 128 by 128 and negative 64 by negative 64. So this one is going to have uh, two images. The first one's going to be for the circle, and it's going to be 112 by 112. So it's just going to be our back image, and let's duplicate this image, and we are going to have the back button which is going to be colored black. So this is our back button. We are not going to rename the image, but inside our back we are also going to attach a button component, and it will have the game manager attached, and the function it's going to call is going to be inside the how to play and go to main menu, which will transfer us to the main menu if we have added it to the builds. So we have added the main menu and we'll added our how to play. So let's hit play and let's see if we are going to the main menu. So it is reloading. Don't know where it happened. So if I hit back, so there was a problem. I think there were two audio managers. So where is the sound coming from? There should be a problem. Let's go inside our main menu and let's see if the sound is correct right now. I don't think it is supposed to be like this. There's some problem with our music source. Volume, pitch, spatial blend, not supposed to be 3, Doppler spread. So there's a problem with the effect source. It doesn't need to have any sound. So it is fixed, and I think there should be no more problems. Yeah, now it is fixed, and let's go inside our, where is our scene? How to play scene. And it's just going to have a bunch of images and text, which is going to show how the game's going to be played. So let's first create our first text, but before that let's add a background to it. So let's add a 2D sprite, or let's just add our background, and instead of simple we'll set it to tiled, and size is going to be 24 by 24, so it fits the whole screen. Now after that we have our background. We need to add our platforms, so let's create an empty and we'll call it platforms. And for our platforms we are just going to use our default platforms, which are the square. So let's add it and we'll duplicate it. Let's reset its transform, and to show them the ordering layer needs to be 1, and the first one's at -4 and the next one's going to be at +4. And our main camera, everything's I think at perfect position. So 0, 4 and -4, yeah, there is a problem with our platform's position. So now it's centered. Now what we are going to do is have the player, the diamonds and the goal. So let's add the goal to the scenes, and let's add our player first. So our player is going to be inside our character, and we'll just use the default idle mesh and we'll call it player. And similarly it needs to be at the first order, and let's position at -4 and 2, so we can see. Now after adding our player, let's add our items. This is going to be our apple, which needs to be sliced, as we have not done it before. So let's slice them, and I think instead of we need to set it to multiple, and inside our slice we'll use the cell size and not 30, 32 by 32. What's the size? Okay, 32 by 32. Slice. Okay, so now it's done, and after it apply we should be able to add one of the apples to the scene, and we'll just call it diamond, and its order needs to be 1 so it can be shown on the screen. And we are going to position this at 0 and 2.5 so we can see it. And for the sprites, instead of bilinear they need to be point no filter, so it looks good. And after that there's going to be our goal, which is going to be positioned at 4 and 1.3. Again we need to rescale it, which is going to be 64, so its size is going to be 1, so it fits perfectly. And after having our goal, we are going to have a couple of text which is going to show what we need to do. So let's create an empty to store all of those texts, and we'll parent all the text inside it. And let's first create an empty, and it is just going to call how to play, and on that we are going to attach a text mesh component, Whose text is going to be how to play, and the font we are going to use our M6, and rich text, 64, and it is going to be black colored. And there's a problem with the scale, but we'll work it out somehow. Tab size, font size, rich text, and we added a text mesh, but it's showing too large. So let's decrease its size to 112. Hmm. Let's have it as 64, but I think we'll need to change the settings on our font. So let's go inside in our materials and sampling point size. Mm, didn't matter. Let's set it to 250. Padding, dynamic, underline, subscribe, size, line height, scale. Hmm, don't know where we can change its scale. There should be an option somewhere. Back or what? Or maybe let's just change its scale. So let's set its scale to 0.2 and we'll position it somewhere. Line spacing, character size. Okay, so it was inside the character size. And let's set the character size to 0.1. Yeah, now it looks better. Or maybe 0.15. And let's position it at the top. So that's how to play negative 4.97 and 2.85. I think it'll need to be decreased 0.6. So let's just have it there. So after we have our how to play, let's duplicate it. And this one is going to be our walk, and its color is going to be white. Where is our color? Let's set the color to white, and it's just going to call walk. Angle is going to be 0, and let's position it at negative 4 and 0. And then we have jump, so let's duplicate the walk, we'll call it jump, and it's going to be similar as we have here. But this color I think we'll need to set it to black, so everything let's just set it to black. So walk, jump, collect diamonds, and the goal. DIAMONDS, and the text is going to be collect diamonds, and it's going to be positioned at here. And let's have finally for goal and reach the goal, and this one's going to be positioned here, so it's not the best out there, but we'll do with it. So that was our how to play scene, and we need to have the transition from our is it recording or not?